Hey, this is Ken bringing you more stuff. Yeah, the Information Nation and more stuff. This comes from Anti-Media. New study says e-cigarettes have 10 times more carcinogens than traditional tobacco. Well, let's find out. According to a recent study conducted by a team of researchers at the Japanese Health Ministry, electronic cigarettes contain 10 times more cancer-causing substances than regular tobacco. This from the people who built a nuclear reactor on a fault line and then contaminated the ocean. In the past few years, electronic cigarettes have been presented as a safe alternative to traditional cigarettes because they are smokeless. However, these products are still very new to the market. Well, instead of me reading this thing to you, I'm going to post all the articles down below and you can read them for yourself. What I found interesting with this is, number one, electronic cigarettes have grown to a $3 billion a year industry. Number two, in this study, they only looked at 10 Japanese manufacturers of e-cigarettes, and what they have is nothing more than the cartridge. Not people who build their own, not people who make their own juice. Pre-manufactured stuff. You know, kind of like the stuff that Reynolds Tobacco used to sell everybody. But let's see what their little video here has to say about it.
From Cuban tobacco to custard. At this specialist cafe in East London, there are more flavours of electronic cigarette than coffee.
We got more resistance in this, and it's very good.
It's the latest business to boom from the rise of the devices.
A big part of the habit is something to have to do with your hands. When you've been smoking a long time, it's that thing of having something to do, having something to smoke.
I used to smoke 2 or 3 packs every week, so for me it's a lifestyle change.
It's estimated there are now 2 million people using e-cigarettes in the country. That's triple the number from 2 years ago. And scientists say they now have evidence to support the claim that using these can help you quit smoking significantly. A survey of nearly 6,000 smokers found that of those using the devices, 20% stopped using conventional cigarettes. That compares with just 10.1% of people using over-the-counter aids such as nicotine patches and gum. Of those using willpower alone, 15.4% managed to stop smoking.
Yes, a lot of people are getting a benefit from e-cigarettes if they try to stop. But a really important point is that there's lots of other ways of stopping as well. And so if it doesn't work for you, that's absolutely fine. There's many, many other things you can try. And the really, really important message from all the research that I've ever conducted and other people have is the most important thing about stopping is to keep trying.
The popularity of the devices is undeniable, but there are a lot of unknowns about the relatively new therapy. The Department of Health agrees that e-cigarettes carry a lower risk to health than smoking tobacco, but it says it's continuing to monitor research. There are also fears that e-cigarettes are being used as a gateway to smoking. Welsh ministers are considering banning them in public. The research will no doubt spark further interest in the devices as people try to turn their backs on tobacco. Joe Tidy, Sky News.
You know what I find is interesting in this? And this is just my thought now, my opinion. But they're having better success with e-cigarettes of people quitting smoking than the patch and the gum. Matter of fact, twice as many people quit smoking with e-cigarettes as with the patch and the gum. So it could possibly be, just my opinion again, that they're looking at this saying, we got to do something about this because they're going to get rid of our gum. You know, when they talk about nicotine, but the patch gives you nicotine. So does the gum. But let us continue. All right, this is from BiomedCentral.com, and I'm not going to go through the whole article, but we're going to talk about the conclusions. Current state of knowledge about chemistry of liquids and aerosols associated with electronic cigarettes indicate that there is no evidence that vaping produces inhalable exposures to contaminants of aerosols that would warrant health concerns by the standards that are used to ensure safety of workplace. However, aerosol generated by vaping as a whole, contaminants plus declared ingredients, creates personal exposure that would justify surveillance of health amongst exposed persons in conjunction, blah, 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 blah. Basically, no health risk. Let us continue. All right, here's another article, e-cigarette research. Okay, electronic cigarette aerosol contains 6 times less formaldehyde than tobacco cigarette smoke. Today, my email box was full of messages discussing about the great issue of carcinogens being at 10 times higher level in e-cigarettes compared to tobacco cigarettes. Well, he called the guy, and they found out that their problem was in just one brand of e-cigarettes. The team found more than 10 times the level of carcinogens contained in one regular. That's one brand, so that's a manufacturer who's doing this. This isn't the e-cigarettes at whole. He says, interesting, while all the news media discussed about carcinogens, plural, the text mentions only formaldehyde. To tell the whole truth, this substance is found in building materials and in bombing fluid and relatively present everywhere in the environment, in every house, in every city, in every town, in every village, urban and rural areas. So all the noise in the news media about one carcinogen is not carcinogens. Moreover, the title is nothing but misleading. Since they found only the formaldehyde at 10 times higher than cigarettes in 1 of 10 products tested, not in every case. So this, once again, as I stated, is a manufacturer's problem. I will post the links to all of these articles down below in the descriptions, and he's got a chart here telling you what the heck is going on with this stuff. Let us continue. This is another one. Let me scroll on up here. This comes from International Journal Environment Research and Public Health. Carbonyl compounds generated from electronic cigarettes. I'm not going to go through the whole article. Let's go. If you want to, you can find the link below. We're going to look down here. Conclusion. The study have shown that e-cigarettes emit toxic carbonyl compounds generated from thermal decomposition. These substances have adverse health effects. However, in most cases, the levels are lower than those in tobacco cigarette smoke. It is important to expand the research in the field to better understand the source of carbonyls emitted from e-cigarettes and find ways to reduce them. Now, they should put another tag on there, and they could also say, and find a way to tax the hell out of them so we can steal more money from the people. Whether they be in England, whether they be in the United States, it really doesn't damn matter. We want all their money, so we're going to turn around and we're going to regulate the hell out of this stuff. But, hey, that's just my opinion. This is Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. You'll find all the articles below in the description. Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by today. Subscribe if you would. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to look at the video on how you can get email notifications every time we post a new video. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Hey, this has been Ken once again. Thanks for coming by. Have a great day.